To get to this from this, you have to start with watching this guy explain.
Welcome to Mitchell Makes. I'm Mitchell, and I make really cool stuff with fashion, technology, and also textile, and that's what I do. And a few of you have recently reached out asking, how do I translate my doodles from the beach where I create the textiles to like wearable looking fashion, and what is that process? So in this video, I'm going to show you how I go from A to Z, from the textile doodles to the actual beautiful garments that I show in the transformation. So step one, we're going to go to Photoshop. Let's go. So in Photoshop, I have this already pulled up. This is in repeat already. No, it's not. You're seeing the photograph that I took from the beach of my striped doodle, and then I updated it to make a full repeat here. To do a full repeat there, I have a separate video on that, so I'll put it in the description so you can see like how to actually do flat patterns. But just so you can see, we've put it in full repeat, so this is what that looks like. And it's very artistic. It's got a cutesy little hand, and that's what we're going for. However, that's for that after I edit it. So in Photoshop, it's a very simple process. You essentially clean your artwork, you do the repeat that we talked about, doing your offset in the other video, and once you do your offset, clean it up, put it in repeat, you're good to go. But there is a significantly faster way these days to put your artwork or your artwork inspired into full repeat very quickly with Midjourney. So in Midjourney, we're going to go there next, and that is just like a huge unlock for artists who need iterations for presentations for additional fabrics, fabric textiles rather, and to be able to iterate quickly for design and for presentation, for a portfolio, you name it. So we're going to go to Midjourney next. Okay, so we're in Midjourney. I've already pre-pulled everything because I tried to record with these new glasses, and well, I'm learning that not all POV stuff is built for glasses, and this was one of those because it was all over the place and I couldn't focus my actual lens on these glasses into the frame perfectly enough to show you. So that is a caveat. Anywho, what you do is you go to this little add images and you add your own textile, right? And you use it as an image prompt and as a style reference. Okay, so hypothetically we did that and we write down stripes, blah, 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 blah. What it's going to do is it's going to give you these gorgeous iterations of your own artwork, which is kind of fascinating. And these look like flat images, right? Like they're not in repeat, but it's not true because we use the dash dash function in Midjourney called tile. So it's dash dash tile. When you use dash dash tile, it will put your artwork into repeat. Isn't that amazing? So you can do multiple iterations of your artwork pretty quickly, and it gives you so many different beautiful options. And in Midjourney's recent update, all of this is downloadable in high definition, so you've got really high quality files that really are ready. You can animate some of this stuff if you're doing fun like branded ideas. So I thought it would be really cute to run this in the background. You'll see here shortly. And then I've did a few more iterations, like I'm really into this one. I believe I already downloaded it, but I'm going to do it again. And then I did some videos of it. And then I high-defed that one as well. So really doing this is super, super simple. You essentially write out your prompting in Midjourney, what you want to see. It should be similar to the artwork that you're actually using. We'll go stop that. It always defaults to quit. It always defaults to video lately. It's kind of annoying. So you do dash dash tile dash dash your aspect ratio. So AR, I want to do 3:2, and then I like to throw in a little bit of chaos, because chaos likes to make each individual image that we get, like from the 4, it makes them a little more different, so you're not getting like too similar back to back to back, and you just run it. So that's what you do. It's going to create beautiful textiles, and then that's that. This is where the magic starts to happen. Okay, so there's so many different apps out there that you can use to create your garment or your fashion look. And it could be Gemini, it could be ChatGPT. You can use Flora, which is another awesome tool on the market. There's Chimera. There's so many different things popping up. New Arc has been around for a few years. They're really good too. But there's a character consistency issue for me, that when I was trying to build out some of my branding, I wanted the same model. And I kept getting really frustrated with all the different programs at the time, that I went and built my own. And the core feature of PersonaVerseApp.com is you're dressing or creating fashion designs on the same person, and there's a character consistency, so that way the model looks the same image over image, so that way you have character consistency to sell your ideas and your branding. And if you work with teams who like to see things on same types of bodies, same types of look, this does that. So I created Personaverse for that reason, and I will take you to Personaverse now, because this is where, like I said, the magic is going to happen, where we take our textiles and then transform them into fashion. So let's cancel photo booth, and now we go to, oh look, these are the artworks we just created based off of mine. Actually, Love. I'm gonna download her since we're here. This is also a Love. I'm gonna download her. This one, there's a weird break in the repeat in the AI. You can see it right there. It does not match. This is a bad example of AI not getting it right. It's not perfect always, but it's pretty good. And then I don't want to use this one because there's these weird light lines, so we won't be using that. Okay. Now we go to PersonaVerseApp.com. This is where the magic is going to be happening, you guys. So you build out your persona by essentially defining who they are. You upload mood boards, or you can make mood boards in app that help define their fashion, what their look is, what their vibe is. For Xernox, I don't have materials defined. However, let's see, Raina Rose. I think I have materials defined. Yes. Raina Rose has washed denim, silk, satin, suede, cotton, leather, knit, sheer fabrics, and her mood board is like super simple, like California girl. But we are going to be starting with Vanessa Vale, and she's got kind of like the boho resort mood boards attached to her right now that we're going for, and her palette is currently matching what we're going for as well. So we can either dress her individually up here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go down, skip to styling references, where you can actually like link things in the market to style the look, like whether it be a top, bottom, knitwear, jacket, dress, whatever. You can apply a textile at that point, or use a sketch, Or you can like go out into the world and find specific footwear you like, handbags you like, and you can link all of it or upload the image of all of it, and it'll help actually style the look. It's pretty dope. All right, but we are not doing that. We are going to composite because I want multiple models right now. So we want Vanessa Vale, female. I want my girl Dennis, one of my best friends. I want Lux Sinclair. I'm going to keep it simple with 3. Specifically because I uploaded 3 fashion illustrations that we're going to apply. So first we are applying our prints. So I want Vanessa to have this print. It's too large. Okay, that's no problem. Where's the ones I did earlier? She can have this one. Dennis can have this one. And Lux can have, let's see, 2.2 megs. She can have this one. And then these sketches by no means actually match what I'm specifically trying to go for. They're just doodles I actually had on hand at the moment. So then you link the sketch you want to see. Would like to caveat here for just one moment. If you have a loosely rendered fashion illustration, you're going to get a loosely rendered final image. If you have a really clear, defined fashion illustration or technical flat, that is going to net you a closer result to what your illustration is. So the illustrations I've uploaded are very loosely hand, so we are going to see what that happens. And our output frame is going to be upscale resort wear, and they are at a luxury hotel bar. And that's going to be enough. And then I'm going to pick my output frame. I want a 16 by 9 wide, and then we're going to composite. So earlier I did this composite with some of the print work. And then I did this composite, which I thought was super stunning. And then we're just going to wait for our composite that we're creating together. It should pop up very shortly. Okay, so this is a huge miss. Not because of anything the AI did wrong. It's what I did wrong, because actually the AI did it correctly. Oh, my bad. Let's go back. Let me explain you. I forgot a really big point. Okay, so each model has their own styling, like their unique mood boards. And here in the styling source, I have accidentally used each keeps their own styling. You can also do hybrid. We'll blend everyone together. All their styles together, or you can do individual. And I meant to do individual Vanessa because I wanted it to be the resort wear. So that was a fail. My bad. And then we're just going to do the same thing again. Luxury resort wear hanging at the hotel bar. 16 wide. Okay. So this is Vanessa Vale. It's done a really good job at the aesthetic I was going for here. Dennis's, her styling specifically is more of like a Southwest boho, like mystic gypsy kind of situation. And then Lux Sinclair, I just released her 4th album called Petty Circus Clowns. So right now I have her and like a whole bunch of crazy circus gear. Like you can see it influenced the the trim work with the print, but the rest is like very the circus clown. I'm kind of obsessed with this, but it's not what I was going for. Here we are. So this just shows you the power. So it's taken my illustrations and loosely rendered them because again, they were loose hand sketches. So we've got Vanessa Vale and this stunning look. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Then we've got Dennis over here having a delicious cocktail in this, what looks to be a jumpsuit, like super low V. Love. This is gorgeous. And then my girl Lux Sinclair looking fire in her little wrap skirt and surplice almost type of swimsuit top. This is so good. I'm obsessed. And so for those of you asking how I do it, that's how I do it. I just use my doodles that I add in my sketchbook. I either edit them in Photoshop if I really want to put in the big like work ahead. It's, you know, hey, am I recording by accident? I think so. And so that's how I do it. So from doodles to, okay, Meta glasses are annoying. She keeps talking to me. So that's how I do it. From the doodles I do on the beach or the doodles I do anywhere, really. Edit your artwork in Photoshop and or take advantage of Midjourney if you can to put things in auto repeat in your hand, in your artwork style to make your life much easier. And then go to PersonaVerse, create your own persona, use your own self. I've used me, an older, cuter me, to do character consistency through modeling and the styling elements, and brings it all together. And apply your prints, apply your sketches, apply your own shoes if you want to update. Like you can restyle this whole entire composite if you really wanted to. It's amazing. So for those asking, that's how I do it. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more transformation videos and how-tos, again, let me know in the comments. If you loved this, please subscribe to Mitchell Makes, and I hope you clowns have a great one. Catch me later.
You've made it this far, so hit that subscribe button for more.